But yeah,
boy.
I think it's time to officially enter Planet Nestle, and it's time for me to eat a cupcake.
Yes. Holy shit. Are you guys going to be... you guys are going to think I'm fucking weird. So, as we know, I've been watching everything very, 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 very intently. You're going to take it off so you can smush. What a chooch. All right, so anyway, here it is. So there were a lot of things going through my brain. First off, I like the difference of what it looks like at the very end. You want to see my secret, what I've been working on, what I've been trying to harness. So, of course, the first thing you notice is that mask. Brought to you by Tom Savini, a man that does a lot of awesome special effects work, a man that have done Day of the Living Dead, Night of the Living Dead, all sorts of great stuff, zombie effects, pretty much any movie in the horror genre that you've seen. By the way, if you want something very cool, there is an interview out there with a director. This is how far the weeds I'm going, folks. Go in there, and there's a director podcast interview with Justin LeBar about he is the guy that films these vignettes. He couldn't give away a lot of information, but he gives a little insight into why Bray Wyatt is a genius, and it's very fascinating to me. It's about a 10, 15-minute interview. Go check that out. I'm going to get back into it. The mask, right? The mask, I sat there and went, that mask looks awfully familiar. That mask looks like something I know. So, you know what that mask looks like to me, Joshua? Who the fuck is Josh? I know. Joshua. That mask, excuse me. The mask that is masked. This mask right here, right? So I went into myself and I went, this mask looks familiar. Yeah, it looks real familiar. And I'm a Batman fan. All right. So
You don't say.
Yeah. And in a comic book series in Batman, the Joker cuts his face off and wears it later on as a mask. So I thought to myself, that's too peculiar. That seems too similar. Then I did some digging. And I said to myself, the Joker didn't cut his face off. As I looked down and I looked more into the information, he had a man cut off his face for him. Do you know what the name of that man was, Josh?
I do not. Who the fuck is Josh?
Who the fuck is Josh? That man that made that mask, his name was the Doll Maker. Now,
Ooh.
Interesting. What is Bray Wyatt doing? What is he surrounded by?
Playing with dolls!
He's playing with dolls!
The Firefly Doll Funhouse.
Exactly. That right there bothered me. And then I went a little bit deeper, I guess is the best way to say it. Best way to say it is that I went into what the symbolization of this whole thing is. And apparently he wore the mask, the Joker wore the mask, to tell people, this is what I'm doing, Batman. There are no more lies, only truths. The mask is the true self, is what he's saying. So really, what the facade of the Pee Wee Herman thing isn't really Bray Wyatt, but the mask truly is the person. So I'm just interested in like how that'll go. And it's the Fireflies as a facade versus this monster is the real person. That's part one.
Oh my God,
Then,
there's more.
There's more. So then I got into something that I think is very interesting. If you're listening to this watching this last one, you watch very carefully, and they slow down the song "Twinkle Twinkle,
Little Star.
Little Star." Now you think to yourself, here's a lullaby that you sing your kids, and I've always thought to myself, JC, kids singing songs like that are always in horror movies. And it's very creepy. Mm-hmm. Every single time it's creepy. And I'm thinking to myself, why is it creepy? Why was that particular song in this thing? So I went in and I started researching Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Yeah, here it goes, folks. Hold on. I'm not even exaggerating. By the way, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, this is even more creepy, has the same song music as ABC, when you sing ABCs,
yep,
as well as Baa Baa Black Sheep. Interesting enough, another layer, Baa Baa Black Sheep, the sheep of what the mask he used to wear.
Oh my God.
So that could be a callback as well. And here's the thing that drives me up a fucking wall, and this is where I'm going to get a little nuts, and it's going to get worse and worse and worse as I go on. If you play Twinkle Twinkle Star backwards, there is an actual line, and it's creepy. It's on YouTube. Check it out. They actually have a clip of playing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star backwards, and there's a kid's voice singing and saying, "There is no Allah," which means there is no God. I reached a little bit deeper into the bag. And this is where it gets good, right? There is a theory that by playing it backwards, there is some way to brainwash your children into believing that there is no God and that they should be doing certain things a certain way. There's also a connection to purgatory. So I thought to myself, connection to purgatory. Seems like the funhouse could be purgatory. And if you think about it, last week, there were kids who looked brainwashed. Maybe Twinkle Twinkle Little Star means he's going to brainwash not only children, but the entire masses, JC. This is very, very weird stuff, right? We're getting into, this is like Planet Fluffluga, like this is the Twilight Zone thing. And I'm thinking to myself, that's got to be it.
This is fucking great.
It is not it.
This is literally
This is not it.
You get to the forum on the internet and you just keep clicking and
no.
clicking. And you're just in this like, black hole.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
This is black hole. This is Detective Nestle. This is for our boy the doctor, because he was saying, I need more Detective Nestle, not Pikachu. So special shout out to our boy.
If you two work together, like,
oh my God.
Whoo!
Oh my God. So then, this is where my wife walks in and goes, you got to cut the shit out, because she's like, you got to stop.
Eat, you got to shower,
yeah,
you got to
seriously.
get to work.
I am awful. So then this is the part that really, I think is really telling. This is the creme de la creme of the Firefly Funhouse. This is where I get a little nuts, folks.
A little?
Yeah, a little nuts. So here I go. By accident, I typed in Google search engine, I was typing in Yowie Wowie. But I only typed in Yowie. Interestingly enough. Did you know, JC?
I did not. No matter what you say, I know I did not know.
Did you know that Yowie is actually folklore for a creature and monster in Australia?
Ooh.
It is, and this is what I've got. So bear with me. It is an Australian legend that is a hairy creature, almost ape-like, bigger than most humans.
Okay.
That resembles a man, but is not a man, who wears long white hair. And what did Bray kind of change his color to? A blondish, white hair kind of monster. He's essentially a version of Sasquatch, missing links, just like a very, very canine, ape-like creature that preys on not only children, here's my favorite part, but has always planned to mutilate pets. And what was mutilated last week?
The rabbit!
The rabbit was mutilated last week.
I thought he was dead, but they patched him up.
They patched him up because of his healing powers. So I thought to myself, all of this stuff together, JC, is not a coincidence. It cannot be.
Wow.
Here it is, though. Yowie Wowie is a phrase they use in Australia because of this monster. They call them Yowie Wowies sometimes. So I think to myself, this guy has probably researched so many things to pluck from all these different things. And I went down the rabbit hole, literally down the rabbit hole. And I thought to myself, that's it for now. But there's more. I'm going to get to the bottom of this. And when it's over, I will be the first one to crack this case. Look it up. Google it. It's there.
I can't believe it. Not only did you spend all this time, but you actually found, like, things.
Oh, yeah. It's there. I'm not nuts. I'm not nuts. All of this makes sense. The mask from Batman. He's an ape-like creature. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. It's all connected. A doll maker with dolls who also brainwashes children. It all makes sense.
Oh my God. Whew,
I'm telling you.
I knew you had something in store, but
Oh my
that
God.
was next level.
Yes. Detective Nestle is on the motherfucking case. Nothing gets by me.
Whew. I mean, I don't even know where to go from there. You spelled it out.
Tell me I'm wrong.
I can't.
Because you're not going to spend the time that I did on it.
Oh, I mean, you made a very compelling case.
Yeah, I know. I lost a lot of sleep over it.
Wowie.
Every time you hear Yowie Wowie now, you're going to think, here's this fucking ape-like creature with long white hair who does all these things.